we will see the torque equations in three-phase induction motor. So I think this relation we have seen in the last lecture, that the torque developed by the motor is directly proportional to the rotor current, then rotor power factor and rotor EMF. So therefore torque proportional to E2 I2 cos phi 2. And if we include this constant proportionality term, then we will include a constant K, where I2, E2 and cos phi 2, which are the corresponding values of current, EMF and power factor at standstill. Standstill means stationary. The rotor is not rotating. Then we derive the expression for torque at starting. So while the motor is starting, then there will be the rotor speed 0 and the slip corresponds to this condition will be 1. Look at this. Starting laga as soon as we give supply, the speed will be 0 and the slip will be 1. So in the above equation we have to put all the formulas we have seen, that the formula for J2, I2 and power factor cos phi 2. We'll put this J2, I2 and cos phi 2 in the above equation, that is this torque equation. So we'll replace suffix S. So starting torque denoted by TS, and which is equal to K E2 I2 cos phi 2. Excuse me. So K E2, putting the value of I2, this one, and putting the value of cos phi 2 at standstill. Now simply rearrange this. So we'll get the final equation for starting torque. TS is equal to K E2 square R2 by R2 square plus X2 square. So here on the denominator, root will get cancelled. Only the term will present. We can write this term. And on the numerator, K R2 multiply by E2, so E2 square. So we'll get the final torque equation at starting. So which is in terms of Newton meter. Torque is measured in Newton meter. So this is the starting torque equation. Again, if we see, the supply voltage is constant and the fluxes set up by the supply voltage will also constant. Hence, the induced EMF in E2 will be constant. So therefore, here E2 is excluded. The resultant will have K1 R2 by J2 square, where K1 is another constant. So it is clear from the above equation that the value of starting torque will depends on the relative values of R2 and X2. Relative values of R2 and X2. So the values of starting torque depend on R2 and X2. And it can be shown that the value of constant is 3 by 2 pi ns. We can put it here, 3 by 2 pi ns multiplied by the remaining term P2 square R2 divided by R2 square plus X2 square. So this is the final expression for the starting torque measured in Newton. Got this? So this is the relation. Question may be asked for 4 to 5 marks. Derive an expression for the starting torque for three-phase induction motor. So up to this point, you have to derive. Next is the condition for maximum starting torque. Now, in which condition the starting torque will be maximum? So that condition we have to derive. अशी कुठली कंडिशन आहे की बुवा त्यावेळेला आपल्याला मॅक्झिमम स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क मिळणार, ती कंडिशन याच्यात डिराइव्ह करायची. इट कॅन बी प्रूव्ड दॅट द स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क विल बी मॅक्झिमम when the rotor resistance R2 which is equal to the rotor standstill reactance X2. ही ती कंडिशन आहे. या कंडिशनला आपल्याला मॅक्झिमम स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क मिळेल. R2 should be equal to X2. Then and then we can achieve maximum. So let us derive this relation. So consider the starting torque expression by excluding all the constant term, including resistance, because it is present on the impedance formula. So K1 R2 divided by R2 square plus X2 square. So differentiate our equation with respect to R2 and equating result to 0. So generally, when we want to calculate the maximum value, the condition for maximum value, so we take the differentiation and we take that differentiation equal to 0. So take derivative of this. So look at it. This is the expression for taking derivative. As the resistance R2, we have to take with respect to R2. So this R2 is present on numerator as well as denominator. So we have to apply the rule U by V. हा rule आपल्याला differentiation चा apply करावा. So take the derivative and apply U by V rule. So equate that to 0. So we'll get this type of expression. Now simplify this expression. As there is equal to 0, so this sign will becomes equal. So this one term will get cancelled, and on the denominator there will be 2 times R2 square. So this is 2 times R2 square, and on this side there will be one term present, that is R2 square plus X2 square. Now X2 square is equal to 2 times R2 square minus ही term इकडे येईल. Minus R2 square, so one term will get 0, so only one term will be present, so there will be X2 square is equal to R2 square, so this term will present here. Now taking square root, so this square will get cancelled, so we have only R2 is equal to X2. Hence the starting torque will be maximum when the rotor resistance per phase is equal to the standstill reactance per phase. Got this? So this is the condition for maximum starting torque. The question may be asked, derive condition for the maximum starting torque with respect to that torque equation. If the question for greater than 4 marks, so it may have combined question. So where is starting torque expression? Then differentiate that expression with respect to R2 and equate the term equal to 0. Then simplify that term, take the derivative and then simplify it. You will get the relation R2 is equal to X2. Now by this relation, we can observe that the condition for maximum torque at that time, the flux is phi2 is 45 degree, the rotor power factor is 0.707 lagging. How to calculate this? By this condition, R2 is equal to X2. So at that condition, the resistance and reactance both are equal. So impedance will have the effect that R2 square by R2 square, it will be 2 times R2 square, one R2 will get cancelled. So it will have the resistance in torque equation. And if you calculate the angle phi for this relation, then we have, look at, I'm talking about this relation. Cos phi is equal to R by Z. हे आपल्याकडे रिलेशन बरोबर इथं आपण वरती बघितलं ना cos phi is nothing but R by R2 by Z. So why here if we put X2 is equal to R2, so R2 square plus R2 square 2 times R2 square. आणि आपल्याला याचा ब्रॅकेट रूटच्या बाहेर घ्यायचं असेल तर इथे काय येईल आपल्याला 2 टाइम्स R2. Right? So 1 R2 will get cancelled, so it will be 1/2. Sorry, not 1/2. It is 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2. So when we calculate that, it will be 0.707. So at that time, the angle will be 45 degrees. So we can again see the impedance triangle for that. Base side represents resistance, front side represent reactance X2, and the hypotenuse will be Z. So here angle comes 45 degrees, so both are having same value. R2 is equal to X2. As the rotor resistance is increased from a relatively low value, the starting torque also increases and it becomes maximum when R2 is equal to X2. Look at, we can understand by this curve. Rotor resistance we are increasing. Relatively torque, this is the starting torque TS, also increases up to the point maximum starting torque will be obtained at R2 is equal to X2. Right? But if we still increase the resistance beyond this optimum value, there will be decrease in the starting. Look at this point. There will be again decrease in the starting. So this is up to this point that R2 is equal to X2. त्या पॉइंटला मॅक्झिमम स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क आपल्याला मिळणार आहे. त्यानंतर पण आपण तो रेजिस्टन्स वाढवत गेलो तर तो स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क कमी होईल. So this is preferable to obtain the resistance up to R2 becomes equal to X2. Now, what about squirrel cage and wound type induction motor for the starting torque? So let us see what will be the effect or what will be the starting torque in squirrel cage and wound type motor. How we can change it? Look at, if we see the rotor circuit, there will be a low resistance but high inductance. आता जर आपण रोटर कन्सिडर केलं तर त्याच्यात काय असतं, कॉपरचे बार असतात. स्क्वेरल केज मोटर कन्सिडर केलं तर कॉपरचे बार्स असतात किंवा ॲल्युमिनियम. आणि स्लिप रिंग इंडक्शन मोटर घेतली तर त्याच्यात वाइंडिंग असणार आहे. Right? So as there is a winding or conductors, so there will be low resistance but relatively high inductance. Right? The inductance will be high but resistance will be low. So at starting, the rotor frequency is equal to the stator frequency, that is 50 Hz. So that the rotor reactance is large as compared to the resistance. As we know here, XL, inductive reactance, which is proportional to what? Frequency, 2 pi FL. This relation we have. Initially, when the motor is at starting, supply frequency is equal to the rotor current frequency. And the frequency is at maximum value, that is 50 Hz. So, here, the reactance will be relatively large as compared to the rotor resistance. Therefore, the current lags the rotor EMF by angle and the power factor is low. Consequently, the starting torque is also small. If you see the this reactance is low, that's why the power factor angle will be large. That means the current lags behind the rotor EMF. So what we can see, this is the voltage and the lagging current. So this angle will be large because of inductive load, and the power factor is also low. So that's why the starting torque is small. But when the resistance is added to the rotor circuit, the rotor power factor is improved, which results in improved torque. So look at, If we add, this is what the inductive circuit. But if we add a resistance in that inductive circuit, so what happens? For pure resistive load, current is exactly in phase with the voltage, but purely inductive load, current lags voltage by 90 degree. And when there will be a RL type of load, resistance and inductance, there will be a combination of resistance and inductance. So there will be the current will in between 0 to 90 degree. जसं जसं रेजिस्टन्सची व्हॅल्यू वाढवली तसं तसं हा करंटचे फेजर हे व्होल्टेज कडे जाईल. Right? So because of this, the power factor will be improved, and hence the starting torque also improved. Because this inductive reactance will decrease, resistive will increase, resistance will increase, and inductance will decrease. So this of course increase in the rotor impedance and therefore decrease in the value of rotor current, but the effect of improved power factor predominates and the starting torque is increased. So in case of squirrel cage induction motor, we know that the rotor is made from the bars made from copper or aluminium, and which are permanently short circuited with the help of end rings. So it is not possible to add any external resistance to the rotor circuit, right? So there is the rotor construction in case of squirrel cage motor is very rugged because of there are thick conductor bars which are permanently short circuited with end rings. But one disadvantage is that we cannot add the external resistance to manipulate the resistance and reactance in the rotor circuit. So this method or the starting torque improvement cannot be done in squirrel cage induction motor. So resultant, the starting torque is much low for the squirrel cage type motor, and which is about 1.5 to 2 times the full load value. And with respect to that, the starting current is 5 to 9 times full load current. Starting current हे जास्त असतं कुठल्याही मोटरला घेतलं, सुरुवातीला जास्त करंट घेते, नंतर ते करंट लिमिट होते. But in case of wound type motor, there is a provision to add the external resistance in the rotor circuit that we have seen in the construction. The resistance in the rotor circuit can be increased through adding with the help of external resistance bar. So there will be arrangement of slip rings and brushes so that we can connect the external resistance. So by inserting the proper values of external resistance, so that we can get R2 is equal to X2, and we can obtain the maximum starting torque. So when the motor accelerates, the external resistance gradually cut out until the rotor circuit is short circuited on itself for running condition. So starting torque motor start झाली, accelerate झाली की तो resistance हळूहळू कमी होतो, कमी करतो आपण, आणि शेवटी तो 0 होतो आणि एक मेटल कॉलर असते त्याने तिन्ही टर्मिनल्स शॉर्ट, so that we can reduce the frictional losses. So in this way, in case of wound type induction motor, we can add the external resistance in the circuit so that we can improve the starting torque. But this cannot be done in squirrel cage motor. Got this?